Hello everyone and welcome to my CBS GH spoiler channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital, full episode recap, March 11th, 2026. Willow's mom panics after Sidwell's shocking secret revealed, and nobody saw this coming. Grab your tissues, GH fans, because Wednesday's episode was an absolute earthquake. Port Charles hasn't seen chaos like this since the Metro Court hostage crisis, and by the time the closing credits rolled, we were left slaw-jawed on the couch. If you missed it, buckle up, because this recap is going to blow your mind. The cold open that changed everything. The episode didn't waste a single second. We opened on a rain-soaked night outside General Hospital's parking garage, where a black SUV idled with its headlights off. Inside, none other than Sidwell, cool, calculated, and nursing what looked like a bourbon, staring at a photograph we couldn't quite see. But eagle-eyed fans spotted what appeared to be a woman with long dark hair standing in front of a house that looked very familiar. Before we could process it, the scene cut to Nina pacing the hallway of the hospital, her phone clutched to her chest, muttering under her breath, "She can't find out. Not like this. Not now." Cue the dramatic title card. We were hooked. Willow's world starts crumbling. Meanwhile, inside the hospital, Willow Corinthos was wrapping up a double shift, exhausted but glowing, when she stumbled upon a file folder that had been left, accidentally or not so accidentally, on the nurse's station counter. The name printed on the tab stopped her cold. Sidwell, Marcus A., Patient History. Now, Willow has always been compassionate to a fault. She told herself she was just going to file it away. She told herself she wasn't going to look. Viewers screamed at their TVs, "Don't do it, Willow!" She looked. What she found inside wasn't just a medical history. Tucked between lab results and old intake forms was a handwritten letter dated nearly 30 years ago and addressed to someone named Nell. Willow's hands began to tremble. Nina loses it in the worst way possible. Down in the hospital lobby, Nina's composure finally cracked. She'd received a phone call, source unknown, and the color drained from her face in real time. Actress Cynthia Watros delivered one of her finest performances in years, every micro-expression telling a story her words refused to tell. "You promised me this would stay buried. Sidwell gave me his word." She hung up. Then she did something we've never seen Nina do before. She sat down on a public bench, put her face in her hands, and wept, openly, silently, and completely alone. It was gutting. It was riveting. It was the kind of scene that reminds you why soap opera acting is genuinely an art form. The bombshell drops, and it's bigger than we expected. Back in the file room, Willow read the letter in full. We watched her face travel through disbelief, confusion, heartbreak, and then a fury so quiet it was almost terrifying. The letter, written by Sidwell to someone named Nell, revealed that Sidwell had known the truth about Willow's biological origins long before anyone in Port Charles did, and he had actively worked to conceal it, not for Nina's sake, not for Willow's, because the truth, if exposed, would have unraveled a decades-long arrangement that had kept Sidwell protected, powerful, and untouchable. The implication was staggering. Sidwell didn't just know who Willow really was. He helped engineer the cover-up that kept her in the dark. And Nina, consciously or not, had let him. Michael walks in at the worst possible moment. Because this is General Hospital and the writers love us as much as they torture us, Michael Corinthos chose this exact moment to come looking for his wife. He found her standing in the file room, the letter in her hand, mascara tracked down her cheeks, staring at nothing. "Willow, what's wrong? What happened?" She looked at him for a long, devastating beat. "How much do you actually know about Sidwell?" Michael's expression shifted just slightly, and that shift told Willow everything she feared. He knew something, not everything, but something. "We need to talk, and you need to be completely honest with me." The scene faded to black, and fans across social media melted down. Sidwell makes his move. The episode's third act belonged entirely to Sidwell, and it was chilling. He arrived at Nina's office at Crimson unannounced, closed the door behind him, and sat across from her with the kind of relaxed menace that makes your skin crawl. "The girl found something," he said. No greeting, no preamble. Nina stood up. "How do you know that?" "Because I made sure she would." The silence that followed lasted only 3 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. "You wanted her to find it?" Nina breathed. Sidwell leaned forward. "I'm tired of managing secrets, Nina. Secrets are exhausting. The truth, on the other hand, is very efficient." He smiled thinly. "Besides, she deserves to know, don't you think?" Nina's jaw tightened. "You don't get to make that decision. I already did." He stood, buttoned his jacket, and walked out. Nina grabbed the edge of her desk with both hands, knuckles white, and stared at the door long after it had closed. The final scene, a promise and a threat. The episode closed on Willow, now home, sitting at the kitchen table in the dark. She had the letter in front of her, smoothed flat, read so many times its creases were soft. Michael sat across from her, saying nothing, letting her lead. Finally, she spoke. "I need to know everything, Michael. Not the version that protects people, not the version that keeps the peace, the real version." Michael reached across the table and covered her hand. "Okay," he said quietly. "Okay." But as the camera slowly pulled back through the kitchen window, out into the dark Port Charles night, we caught one final shot. Sidwell's SUV parked at the end of their street, watching, waiting. Final verdict? 5 fire emojis out of 5. Wednesday's episode was a masterclass in slow burn tension. The Sidwell arc has been simmering for months, and the writers know exactly where they're taking it. Willow is about to be shaken to her core, again, and this time she may not forgive the people who let it happen. What does Sidwell want? How much does Michael really know? And will Nina finally come clean before it's too late? We'll be glued to our screens Thursday. Don't miss it. Stay tuned to ABC's General Hospital weekdays. Check back for the latest GH spoilers, recaps, and breaking soap news.